Hello people, how are you? I hope all of you are doing really good. So finally the exams are over. So last paper, FM Eco, done and dusted. And please tell me in the comment section what you people are planning to do now in the next few days. And how are you feeling that the exams are over? And whatever the exams were, however they went, for once the pressure is over, right? So just relax, have some fun for the next few days, but do plan something till your results, right? Do not plan to sit idle. Do plan some courses or anything. If it was group 1, then you can start your preparations with the group 2, not to wait till the results. That is my suggestion. If you have appeared for both the groups, then you can go for some trainings, for courses, and all those things you can definitely do. Tell me in the comment section what are you planning to do in the next few days till your results, in the next month or so, right? So here I'm going to just review the paper of FM Eco, because what I have seen in the last few hours from the examination, that most of the students were saying that it is one of the toughest papers, or it was very tough paper. But when I went through the paper, this is November 22 for you, right? November 22 paper. And when I went through the paper, I really found it that it was really conceptual. It was not a tough paper. I won't call it as a tough paper. It was an average paper, but it was a conceptual paper. Now, if you are clear with your concepts, plus if you have done your homework right, if you have done your practice of the questions in the right manner, right, the small things that we have been discussing in the ICAI study mat series, and all those in the FM regular course, also the English regular course which I have uploaded on the app and even on the YouTube. If you have done the concepts right, if you have done your practice right, if you have focused on each and every small point that we have been discussing in all these series, I think then it was quite an average paper. I won't call it a very difficult paper. For the FM, for eco part, I'll say it was easy. It wasn't as difficult. What I have seen the reviews is that people were focusing mainly on the practical part, but it was more of theory which was asked in the economics part. It was more of theory, but it was comparatively a simpler theory. It wasn't difficult at all. If you have understood what is written in the book, then it was very easy to comprehend each and everything. It was an easy one. Average, I will say, for FM, and for eco, I will say it was comparatively easier. Even if I talk about FM, there were only 1 or 2 points which were really typical, where most of the students, face the problem. Otherwise, it was a very simple paper, very average paper, I will say. I won't say it was a very simple paper or it was just a cakewalk. No, it was an average paper, because they tested you on the concepts. And that is what I have been telling you right from day one, that the ICAI or any professional institute for that matter, they are going to test you on your concepts, that how conceptually strong you are. They are going to mold the question in such a way that they are going to test your concepts, that whether you are conceptually sound or not. See, the questions were very simple. Like the first A question, if I talk about 1A, it was from what? It was from the cash management, working capital cash management. Very simple question, straightforward question, nothing as such, difficult from there. Second, if we talk about, then it was from the ratio analysis. It was from ratio analysis, another question in which they are testing you for your concepts. Total assets are given, debt to total assets are given. That means from here you can get the value of your debt. Now the interest cost is given. Interest is on debt, so you can calculate the interest. Now direct cost, he says 10 times of the interest cost. Operating expenses are given 1 lakh. The goods are sold to customer at a margin of 50% on the direct cost. So all these things are interlinked. Once you know how to start with the question, and then one after the other, you can easily calculate the values, right? But the problem here is, sometimes we face the problem in the ratio analysis question is we don't know how to start with the question. That comes with the practice. That is what I have told in the SM series also again and again, that how to start with the question. That is what we have focused a lot in there. Small things matter a lot, Even in the regular courses, I have told you that how to start with the question. After that, this was a good question. This was a good question where I know many of the students would have faced the problem. And not a very big problem. The problem was with just one point. That was this X dividend, cum dividend and X interest. This was the problematic area, that how to deal with this X dividend, cum dividend and X interest. So here you should know what is X dividend and what is cum dividend. Cum dividend is the market price after the payment of dividend. Right? When you are calculating the cost of equity, here you have to take the price always X dividend. Right? So in case of equity share, there was no issue. The price was already X dividend, nothing to do with it. In case of debentures, nothing to do with, the price was X interest, right? The 120%, the debentures are selling at 120% means if it is 100 rupees, then you have to take the 120% of it. That is, the market price is 120 rupees for that debenture. Very simple. The problem was with the preference share. The preference share is 18 rupees cum dividend. The thing is how to deal with this now. How to deal with this cum dividend? You have to convert it into X dividend. X dividend is equal to cum dividend minus the expected dividend. Now what is cum dividend price? 18 minus what is the expected dividend here? The dividend is 8% on the face value, that is 25. Right? The face value here is 25 rupees and I told you that the dividend is always to be paid on the face value. So it is 8% on the face value. So here the X dividend price of the preference share was 16 rupees. The rest of the question was very simple. You just have to calculate the WACC, right? Weighted average cost of capital. The only thing that needed the attention here was that we need the X dividend values. That before the payment of dividends, what is the market price? Because what is cost of equity? We are trying to understand what is going to be the impact of dividend on the market price, right? What is the cost? Cost is what? The dividend that we are making the payment. After you have made the payment, if you have the market price after making the payment of the dividend, then it is already reflective. The market price already increases with the payment, this payment of dividend. You have to see what is the market price before the payment of dividend, and by paying the dividend, what is the cost to the company. Clear? So it is always to be X dividend. This was one very good question. So this was from the risk analysis in capital budgeting. Simple, not very difficult question, I would say. Right? Then profit volume ratio, number of equity shares, leverage question. Right? The small things that you need to learn from here. It was almost a leverage question, I can say. Then capital budgeting, very good questions. Capital budgeting, 2 questions. I think this was from the capital budgeting, right? This was from the capital budgeting. Again, question number 4, hospital ordering NPV and before taxes, again capital budgeting. So if you have done the things in the right manner, if you have listened to all the lectures, if you have gone through the SM series, then this was a very easy one. This wasn't a difficult one, right? Then the value of the firm. Right, capital structure, because one firm was a levered firm and the another one was an unlevered firm, right, where the existence of the debt is 0. This was a levered firm, this was your unlevered firm. Accordingly, it was required to calculate the equilibrium value in accordance with approach, assuming no taxes, because approach has 2 segments. One is with taxes, another one is without taxes, right? So it was without taxes. That was given in, I think, 1958. The equilibrium value of the KE was given. Compute the value of equity and cost of equity for both the firms. Somewhere similar questions we have already done. It was just that you have to apply the basic knowledge of how to convert those questions which we have already done into application of this question. That was the only requirement. After that, MR Limited having the capital structure. Capital structure question, not very difficult, I would say, right? These questions were comparatively simple. I won't say these were very difficult questions. The marginal cost of capital was asked, right? That additional capital you want to raise, then what is the cost of those raising that additional capital? Then this was a theory question. After that, it was economics part. Economics, this was practical, right? The equilibrium, the MPC, MPS is required to calculate. Then 2 forms through which the foreign capital may flow into the economy as an investment, right? Foreign direct investment and all those things. Money multiplier is there. Then e-wallets was required. Difference between price ceiling and price floor discussed, already given in the book. Also, rupee dollar exchange rate, here you have to just analyze that whether the value of rupee is increasing or decreasing, or the value of the dollar is increasing or decreasing. You have to indicate that. That is why it is given. What does it indicate? That whether one currency is appreciating or depreciating. This is what you have to write in it. Who will be benefited? Either the residents of India or the foreigners. Who will get benefited? The appreciating country or the depreciating country? Okay, explain the impact of exchange fluctuations in terms of appreciation of currency on inflation, already discussed. One of the biggest problem with using the discretionary policy to counteract the fluctuation in the different types of lags involved in the fiscal policy, it was related to fiscal policy. What are these lags? Then this was a practical question. Earlier in the economics, there used to be a lot of practical question, but this time the practical number of practical questions was comparatively less. Okay. Then explain deflationary gap. Very simple. CRR, very simple. Net exports can be negative or positive. How is it significant for a economy of the company? Net exports, what is net exports? If you talk about net exports, it is X minus M, that is exports minus the imports. X is your exports and M is going to be your imports. So what is the impact? Whether if it is negative, then what is the impact of it? That is your imports are more. Right? If it is positive, that means your exports are more, you will have more foreign currency, your reserves, the foreign currency reserves, whether they will deplete or whether they will increase, it will depend upon your net exports. Then it was on the tariffs, preferential, applied and escalated tariffs. Then it was the fiscal functions of the government in the economic system. It was related to that how they are using it, use the fiscal functions. Example, different types of the foreign direct investment. It was already discussed. Horizontal, vertical, two-way direct foreign direct investment. This we have already discussed. Mention the name of the externalities. Externality was there. The positive externality. The negative is there. Positive, negative. All those things we have already discussed. The only thing is that if you know the basic, only then you will be able to practically apply. Now these things are not directly discussed in the lectures, but these are the practical things you will be able to apply only if you know the basic, that what is a positive externality, what is a negative externality, what is the impact of that, how do we use that. If you know the basic of that, you will be able to apply in the practical sense. Known by liquidity adjustment facility, markets are amazingly competent in organizing the activities of an economy as they are generally efficient and capable of achieving the optimal allocation of resources. Two reasons leading to market failure. Right? So they have given a statement, but at the end what they are asking is that you need to give only two reasons leading to market failure. Very simple, right? Transactions treated in the national income calculation, that small things in the national income calculation, that like whether intermediate consumption is to be taken, whether if there is no production, how it is to be treated, right? Fees paid to real estate agents and lawyers. So all these things will contribute to national income calculations. Guiding principles of WTO, straightforward question. Nothing as such. Examples of major aspects of market failures, liquidity trap is there, or the empirical analysis of the money supply is important. So it was a simple paper, sir. It wasn't that difficult. But yes, again, I am saying that you should focus on the concepts. For all the people who are preparing for May 2023, tell me in the comment section, all of those who are preparing for May 2023, what you need to do is focus on the concepts and practice as much as you can. Right? This is very important. The practice of the question, the focus. Now, a lot of people, what they have been doing is, where you people are committing the mistake, you're not ready to invest in your future. Right? How I'm going to tell you, you say everything you should be getting free of cost and we should not be investing. Right? A lot of people got benefited to join the ICAI SM series, but why it is important, I'm going to tell you that only. Whether you join it or not, that is totally your choice. But why it is important is because we discuss the small things in that, the small areas where I have seen most of the students committing the mistakes. That is why that becomes more relevant. Right? Because you may be able to solve the question, that is absolutely fine. The solution of the question is not the matter. The matter is that where you people can commit mistake in the examination, because in the examination it is not necessary that you will get a direct question. You will get a molded question. How to deal with that molded question, that is what we discuss in there. That what is that small area, that if the question is twisted, then what will happen and what mistake you people can commit. That is why those small things become very, very important. For May 2023, guys, be careful how to deal with it. It is your time now. The preparation is on, I know, right? And during the preparation only, if you are doing it in the right sense, if you are focusing on the small areas, then it's very good, right? If you are not focusing on the small areas, then I will suggest that please start focusing on the small things. Even if you are able to solve the question, listen to the lectures, right, which are uploaded, because what I focus on is the small things. The small things lead to big mistakes. That is what I have observed, and that is why I ask my students to work on those things. Very, very, very important, right? So detailed paper solving we'll do later on, not right now. Just I wanted to ease you guys that nothing to worry as such. It wasn't that difficult a paper, nothing to worry. Just sit back, relax, enjoy your days now, right? And whatever has happened, you cannot change that, obviously, so nothing to worry about it. Whatever the results will be, you have to accept it. And just for now, till the results, you have some time. You can focus on some recreational activities if you have time. If you are preparing for first group only, you can focus on the second group. That is very important. You can start with your preparations of the second group. Do not wait for the results. That is a blunder if you are waiting for the results of the group 1 and not starting with the group 2. Start with the group 2. Straight away start with the group 2. Nothing to worry as such. Okay. So the rest of the things, if you have anything, you can write it down in the comment section. And just support your KSJ family, share with all your friends, whoever want to prepare for the upcoming attempt. So in the next few days or till the results, what you can do is, along with that, one of the activity that I'm going to give you is just help KSJ teaching grow. Just, you spread a word about us with the people, that it is not necessary to spend a lot of money to get a good lectures, right? You can get it on the YouTube. You can join the SM series. Regular course in English is also available at very nominal prices. The books are there. Everything is there. But learn to make a small investment. That will really go a long way. A long way, I tell you, right? That is not a waste of money. That is an investment in the future with which can save you 6 months of your time. That is very important, right? So see you guys very soon. All the best. Enjoy your time.